Hey guys, Nathan here from Running Warehouse Australia, and as you can probably see, I have a special guest. I have Roger from HOKA Australia, and today we get to run through our top 3 favourite HOKA shoes and why. So I'll let the guest go first. Roger, pick one.
Okay, so I've got obviously a number of favourites from our range, which now features 30 shoes, which is literally 1,500% more than we had when I started with the brand in 2011. The TORRENT, is probably my most used shoe at the moment. I'm on like my 4th or 5th pair for the year because I'm running in it a lot because the foot shape really fits me. It's like nice and forgiving. It's not too much cushion for when I'm just doing short stuff. And it's nice and responsive and it's protective enough that I can actually, I mean, for me, that's like a 60K. But mainly it's 10K, 20K, 30K nasty hill sessions. It's just nice and sticky, and it's the start of a wave of innovation in foot shape from the American crew that really is responding to the same things that we've done with the Bondi, the Clifton, the Challenger 5. We've really listened. Like, there's literally 20,000 consumer conversations have happened with head office, development teams and consumers around the world about what they want from the shoes, and this is probably a great crystallization of that feedback. Like, a really nice foot shape, good volume, good fit and feel, responsive and not chunky.
Yeah, it's an amazing lightweight trail shoe, and it's one I'd definitely pick if I was on the trails, but I'm not on the trails. I love the road, so for me, my pick, and in no order, would be the Rincon. Not because it's named after a sweet Californian surf spot, but because I do love lightweight trainers. So for me, this shoe is a really great tempo shoe. It's not too heavy, it's light enough, but still cushioned enough that when I want to pick up the pace on tempo day, it can do that, and I can still come back the next day and run again. And so I really like the Rincon for those reasons.
Yeah, I'll jump on that and say that's my road shoe right now too. The little bit of the heritage on the Rincon is Clifton 1 is one of our legacy favourites. Like, it's one of the shoes, like the Bondi B, you know, that's been brought back as well. It's a shoe that people whose first touch of the brand was this shoe back in 2014 have always looked for in our range, because as you're selling more and more shoes, you need to make sure that a lot of your product is more reinforced because you're meeting different customers' expectations. And then we now have the opportunity, because of the rate of growth in the brand globally and locally as well. I mean, Australia's loving HOKA. It's fantastic to see the uptake. This is essentially the same dimensions as the Clifton one. So same stack height, but what we've done is also mirrored the weight, which is what people wanted, but we've put a better advanced lightweight breathable mesh on that. The foot shape, I think, is more suitable than we were able to previously deploy like 5 years ago. And then we've just been strategic in the way the outsole's placed, because that outsole protection is actually the heaviest part of any shoe. So being more strategic with that, same stack heights as the Clifton, Clifton 1, Clifton 6, same stack heights, and giving you that like 7-ounce featherlight package that as soon as you pick that up, and then also that nice little call out for triathletes and anyone who just wants to pull their shoe on like that. But yeah, that just feels mint, like great shoe.
I mean, and that's probably why I do like the Clifton 1 so much. And for my pick 2 is the Clifton 6. Again, it's got that feel of the Rincon. It's got a little bit more cushion underneath. So this is my daily trainer basically. You know, if I want to go long, 20, 30 Ks, it can handle that. It's still responsive enough if I want to kick down the tempo just a little bit to make it a little bit quicker. But for me, it's that soft underfoot feel and ability to get through my stride with just apparent ease that you really want in a daily trainer. And for me, that's why I like the Clifton 6 and the Rincon. Both two good shoes and different as well, definitely. So, do you have a pick 3?
No, well, I mean, I'd say just to add to that, if that's cool, like because you're a pretty clean, efficient runner. So for you, this is going to work, like the Clifton 6 is going to work for you the way that for a runner like me, the Bondi is going to work. Because it's that plush cushion, day in, day out trainer. And then for me, I'm switching to a Clifton or Rincon for race day, more likely Rincon, just like you'd be, that's your that's your racer probably, and your trainer for when you're feeling good. My third favourite is, right now, it's the Evo MAFATE. So I've got a lot of time in this shoe as well. So I'm using the TORRENT for a lot of my, shorter training. And then I'm using this on big races and big mountains and really gnarly terrain. And for me, like if you're doing a long haul mountain race, like if you're doing something like Hounslow outside of Sydney, or if you're doing Great Southern Endurance Run, like I'm going to be doing completely undertrained off the back of a new baby in about 5 weeks, which is going to be horrendous, but hey, then this delivers way more cushion than you've got any right to expect from something that weighs this light. You've got our high rebound rubber injected EVA that is also actually structured in a way that makes this shoe give you extra support when you don't even realize it's there. Like, this doesn't feel like a stability shoe, but the Evo MAFATE is actually a stability platform. I love the fact that this is a real comment on how far we've come, because that is the original MAFATE. That's where we're at now, and we're using in this upper matrix Kevlar weave. So it's a variation of a fabric that's better known for bulletproof vests and ship sails. And what that upper does in a Speedgoat, for instance, is it reduces the weight of the shoe by 47 grams in a men's size 9. So just in the Evo Speedgoat that we've also got out now, and I think you guys have a little bit of, that is super breathable, super drainable, and the key performance property of this material is it doesn't distort on the foot. So you're not going to be creating lag over long runs or high volume of training. Now, that's my favorite right now, but I do just want to mention, we have an update coming.
I only said 3.
He only said 3. We have an update coming to the Speedgoat very shortly. So within about the next 10 weeks, what you're going to see is the Speedgoat 4, and then you're going to see the Speedgoat 4 Wide arrive in December. So some people haven't loved the fit on this shoe. Like, I would say the volume on the Speedgoat toe box has increased in line with customer needs. And also, this shoe is meant to work closely with your foot because it's a technical mountain running shoe, and the last thing you need is leaving your foot behind as you're in midair between 2 ledges, right? Yeah. So that's what this shoe does. It puts great traction on your foot, puts great comfort, puts an amazing balance. Really high performance running shoe, even though it's so comfy for such long runs. But you're going to have a wide. So there's going to be a wide Speedgoat 4. You guys are no doubt going to be trucking that out the door in December.
A lot of people have called out for a wide Speedgoat, so I mean it's going to be incredibly popular.
HOKA wide is like a thing. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of like unicorns and ice cream. It's just everybody wants some. That was a really bad analogy. Can you tell it's been a long day? I can.
So I get my last pick now, and Rog mentioned lightweight racers, and for me, when I think lightweight racer and HOKA, it has to be the Carbon X. I've run a marathon in this shoe. It felt fantastic from the first K all the way to the 42nd K. Even though I maybe didn't, the shoe was absolutely fantastic underfoot. And that's what I really wanted. I wanted something which would take a little bit of that pounding that 42 Ks can do to your legs, but still be super responsive, and it gave it to me in spades. The upper, being super lightweight, is HOKA's best upper by far, so don't mess it up.
I'll tell the guys.
Exactly.
And the guys.
And it's great even if you want to go to that 90K on the road, it can still handle that. So for me, racing, I'm in the Carbon X. Tempo, it's the Rincon for me, and my everyday is the Clifton 6, and obviously, as Rog mentioned, for him, he had the TORRENT on the trails when he wanted to be super fast up to that kind of 60K mark. Yeah.
I wouldn't use the word fast about anything I do except going downhill. Gravity responsive.
He too loved the Rincon and the Clifton 1, and then obviously the Evo MAFATE with that Kevlar upper. Money. So as always, you can find all this and more at Running Warehouse Australia, runningwarehouse.com.au.